To related crime or?
Yes, they don't want them in their neighborhoods.
Right.
I mean, I remember I was a founder of a program called Charlie. Children have rights, all rights, legal, educational, emotional, and there were homes for abused and neglected dependent children, 6 homes with house parents, and we ended up with 6 of them in Miami in different neighborhoods, and they were absolutely fabulous. But if I could tell you what we went through to try and get one of them in a neighborhood with so many battles that we went through, it was incredible. I mean, people, just don't want them in their neighborhoods. I'll never forget what we went through to get those homes, zoned so we could purchase the homes and open them in there. And they became wonderful neighbors, by the way. You know what? Nothing ever happened in any of the homes in all the years that we had the Charlie homes. Yeah.
If I'm not mistaken, I think there was a bill that was voted down this session for regulating solar homes. And I wanted to also say, I don't know that if Hillary said it, that National Organization for Women now, at the national level, at the state level, at Palm Beach County level, endorse man is not the first. I also wanted to say something about voting. The best way to vote is by mail. How many of you receive your ballot in the mail? It's the safest, it gets counted first.
Okay, but you need to know that you have to do it again. This is a new election cycle. So, okay, so yeah, say that.
Yes, and if you call in now to the Supervisor of Elections office and request a ballot for all elections, it will be good through 2016. Because Tallahassee, as Julie was asking, playing around with all these restrictions. And you can do it 3 ways. I'm sorry I didn't bring cards with me, but the Supervisor of Elections office, if you have a pencil, I can give you the number right off. It's 561-276-1226, and that's down in Delray Beach. And you can do it over the phone. You can do it online as long as you're not asking.
Say what you can do. Request an absentee ballot.
Request an absentee ballot. It will come to your house 2 to 3 weeks before each election, which gives you time to research and see what this is all about. And you send it in, and it'll be the first counted. The other thing I wanted to say, if you prefer or not, there is the election, the primary election in which Senator Nan Rich is running is on August 26th. And there will be early voting for a week. It's August 16th to the 23rd. That's a Saturday to a Saturday, so it's going to include a Sunday in there, August 17th. And that's when you have to please vote for Nan. If you have any other questions about voting, I done it for so many years, I've tried to follow this up. Come and see me, please, I'd love to help you.
Okay, then, yeah, go ahead, Linda.
We work on the ground with the voters here in Lake Worth, and we're finding out that a lot of the voters don't really understand the impact of the governorship, and the different agencies that are under the governor, that you would appoint, the governor appoints heads of, like education and health care, insurance regulation. And I wonder if you could share that, some of those different agencies.
Well, we mentioned a few, obviously. Some of these used to be elected, like the Commissioner of Education, and that's no longer an elected, so that's an appointed position. The Agency for Healthcare Administration is extremely important with the implementation, hopefully at some point, of Medicaid expansion, and also of the Medicaid reform, which has taken place, which is putting people into managed care entities. And there is a state law that requires that the managed care entities only take a certain percentage for their administration and profit. So it's up to the Agency for Healthcare Administration to monitor all of these HMOs. And it is a real issue now about how that's going to be done, and we need to have somebody really strong in there to be monitoring those. So, and then you have Department of Health, which to me is a disaster. That is one of the #1 agencies that needs to be totally revamped. I come in there as governor. I'll tell you what they did during the whole, there was a whole situation with tuberculosis 2 years ago. And the Department of Health, the Secretary of the Department of Health told me that it's none of my business and that I should not speak to the press. That's what he said. And I said, excuse me, you know what? I'm an elected official. I'm going to find out what's going on here. And about 2 days afterwards, the whole protocol was changed in Jacksonville. They had never tested anybody. There were thousands of people that were exposed. They were in homeless shelters, and nobody knew. And these are, transparency is the word.
Yeah.
Whether it's Department of Children and Families, Department of Health, Agency for Healthcare Administration, all of these things, Department of Education, needs to be out in the open. The public needs to be able to know what is going on and have input into it, all the stakeholders, as I mentioned before. So those are a lot of the Department of Transportation is another one. There's just, a huge number of agencies where a lot of what happens depends on who, it depends on who is the head, but you also, this lady, when she talked about cleaning house, there are a lot of people in some of these agencies that have very, antiquated ideas sometimes. And they outstay, because we have term limits now, they outstay the legislators. So they know if they're going to keep you from doing something, getting something passed, and then you're going to be gone, and they're still going to be there. Some of them have been there, 25 years. Legislators are there 8 years in the House and 8 years in the Senate, if you're lucky. So, yeah.
Just before, we're going to take one more question, and I did want to thank Linda Rosenthal for her help in organizing this event. I also wanted to introduce Wes Lockman, who has been videotaping this. He has a YouTube. He will post this on YouTube, and I encourage you to share this with others. So, can you go ahead?
Yes, sir. Hi. Hello. My question I wanted to bring up the issue of the environment quickly, and I just wanted to say one thing about global warming is that with global warming coming on, I don't know how you feel on that, but with global warming coming on, the bottom third of your state could be underwater and sometimes, one thing I'm saying. What I also wanted to get at is, I'm not sure if it's accurate, but I heard that there was some fracking done just to the south of the Everglades, which is not a very good idea, considering the aquifer and all that. And I was wondering, as governor, do you plan on maybe banning fracking in the state?
Well, let me put it this way. I'm opposed to fracking. And if the bill came to me, I would veto it. And hopefully, when we get enough votes, the veto would not be overridden.
You would veto people trying to have fracking laws?
Yes, exactly.
Yeah.
Thank you, man.